Hey friends, welcome back to our channel. This is Crystal, and if you are new, we share all things booth related, like our junking trips, thrift store hauls, thrift store makeovers, as well as some free printables, which we will share the links in the description. And if you like this kind of content, please hit the like button, as it helps our channel to grow. And if you would consider subscribing, we would love it, and you can be notified the next time we post. Before we get started, I wanted to share these really cute graphics that I created yesterday. They're over on our blog. I'll put the link down in the description below. But I love these French ledger pages, and I grabbed that image from the Graphics Fairy, and then I just overlaid it with these vintage carrots and the little bunny image. I'll also link the Graphics Fairy below as well. But feel free to use these in your craft making or in your booth to sell. This first booth already had an existing wall, and my booth neighbor had hung these old doors on her side, but I knew I had to cover up my side with something. So off to Lowe's I went. I found this faux barnwood looking stuff. You can see when it's propped up against the wall. But once I got it back into my booth, I just didn't like the juxtaposition against the brick wall and the flooring, so I decided I'm just going to go with the dog ear fence panels instead. And my wall is 8 feet tall, so they had it in 6 or 8 feet, but obviously the 8 feet was a lot more expensive, and since it was coming out of my pocket, I just decided to go with the 6 feet. But I had to get 3 furring strips, one at the top, the middle, and the bottom, to be able to screw each panel into. And a tip, if you're going to do this, paint your fence panels first. It's much easier, and then that way you don't have sides showing through the cracks. And here is the finished product. I repainted my floor space, and I really was not worried about the bottom at all, because I knew I would have furniture. And yes, I could have bought the 8 feet panels. Again, it was much more expensive, but you know, I thought it's going to be covered, so why spend that extra money? But if you guys are thinking about doing something like this now, lumber is so high. You could also do a drop cloth down at the bottom to cover it up. And then here is another booth. It's my booth also, but I had 2 booths in the same store. But I love the Picket fence panel. This is over by the dresser on the left-hand side. I always loved staging my little dressers in front of this wall. It was super cute. I didn't put that wall up. Actually, the other dealer had put that divider up before I took this booth. But it was just a really cute area. This is another booth that I had. You guys may remember this from a previous video called My Booth Makeover. But this dealer, this is her stuff before she moved out, but she had these dog ear fence panels on each end of her booth. And I knew I was going to give this booth a makeover, but I knew that I wanted to leave up the fence panels. And as you can see, after she moved everything out, it's much easier to see. But I knew that once I gave it a makeover, that those fence panels were really going to pop, and it was a lot easier to hang stuff because it was a lot more sturdy. And this is it after I got my paint color put on the wall. This is the green gray linen color, and then this is it after I have all of my stuff staged in there. I just feel like the wall makes everything pop. And this is a recent booth that I was in, a new shop, and all of the dealers could pick out their own covering to go over their portion of the wall. And I don't think you guys can tell, but I had a little half pony wall on the right, and I decided to go with that faux barnwood in the gray color, and then I knew I was going to do the Picket fence panels for my little pony wall. This is the smallest booth I was ever in. It's 8 feet long by 6 feet deep, so I wasn't able to get very much stuff in there. But this is afterwards. I had painted the walls gray and hung these old rusty couch springs in the top because I knew I was going to hang lights off of it. But I love how the Picket fence wall turned out. And yours truly painting the wall. And then this is it after I got everything staged. I had to do shelving on the wall just for that much needed surface space. And I was so happy with the way everything turned out. And then here's a shot from Christmas. But if you guys are thinking about doing something like this, this is truly the way to go.